Matrix in his bag. Matrix in his bag.
Yo, welcome back to the Easy to Talk to podcast, man. I am your host, TWC Too Easy, and today we have episode number 33. Now, I know it's been a little minute since episode 32, but it was some stuff going on, and I got all that straightened out, and now we back, and we should be back regularly, uh, for sure. I'm gonna try to get one out every week, but every 2 weeks for sure I should have one. But we're gonna see. I got some special episodes coming up. I got those in the works. So yeah, we really grinding, man. But episode nonetheless is episode number 33. Uh, Here comes the boom. With one of my favorite streamers, man. My homie Boom Boom, man. But we're gonna go ahead and bring her in real quick. Boom, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yo. Alright, so look, y'all know when I start these, I like to tell you guys how uh I came across some of these dope streamers that I get a chance to sit down with and have a conversation with. So I believe it was a raid, and I think Beloved Bree raided. I think she was running with Bree, and then she raided her, and that was the first time I was in the stream. Um, and I think they were playing Park at the time, and they went to Rec. Uh, but watching and listening to Boom play Rec is so crazy informative. Like, uh, the communication is really crazy and
Well, thanks.
unmatched.
Thanks.
Unmatched also. Uh, and ever since then, I've been hooked, and I don't miss a stream. I don't get a chance to like type in the stream all the time, but I'm always there, always listening, watching, and but I just don't miss like what. Um, so when I say when I had the chance, I have to sit down and have a one-on-one conversation with her, just to see uh how did she become uh this great person, this great player. I just got
Hey,
I gotta see. I gotta see.
look, look at you hyping me up. I appreciate you. Great to make me a
Ooh,
stretch, but I appreciate
that boy could
it.
do an intro, Ken. Nah, so
Nah, for
Boom,
sure.
how you feeling today?
I'm doing fantastic. It's a lovely day to
Hey,
grind, really.
and that man, and that's the part I really can't wait to get into because your grind is crazy. That subathon you did,
Oh, that was fun.
listen, that shit right there was crazy. So,
Mhm.
just like I started off in the interview, man, I know, and the people that know you know you're a dope streamer, but I would like to know what got you into streaming. What made you say, I'm going to go live and I want you to see what I see?
So there's a couple of things. I've always wanted to stream. Like back in the day when streaming like first came out, when you had people like Ninja and Pokimane and all of them there. Valkyrie, who's my favorite streamer, or was my favorite streamer at the time before I
Mm-hmm.
started streaming. I've always wanted to do it. Like, I just never knew that I could, or never like you have that thought. And you're like, oh yeah, I might start streaming and playing a game or whatever. And when 2K21 or 22 came out, 22, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just do it. So I bought me a capture card. I got kind of the stuff that I needed to do, just a basic stream from my computer,
Mm-hmm.
and I just started doing it. And I've had fun, like slowly over time, coming out of my comfort zone and like adding more things, and finally doing like a face cam and kind of just taking it to the next level. So it's been a journey for sure, but I love it at this point.
So, in the beginning,
Hmm.
were you a streamer that felt like um you needed some like a setup, or you just wanted to like just hit the button and go? Like, did you need a capture card and be able to stream from the PC, or were you good to stream from like the PlayStation, or like how how
I
was
am a
that process?
so I am a I hate to say it, but I'm kind of a tech snob. So
Mm-hmm.
like if I do something, I want to do it all the way, and I want to be able to future proof for the future, right? I learned from a very young age, like um when you start buying things, you don't want to just buy the easy stuff. You don't want to buy just the lower end stuff, because they don't grow with you. It tends to, and then you end up having to spend more money than if you would have just got the thing that you need in the beginning. So
Gotcha.
when I said that I was gonna do it, and I happened to be in a position where this is something that I can actually afford, I bought me just a cheap old PC
Mm-hmm.
that I knew I could stream from, and then I got the, like I said, the capture card, and I just started it from there. Um, so that when I want, as I grew, I would be able to upgrade on the way, instead of having to now implement what I should have had in the beginning, because that's always the next step. If you want to be creative with your streams, you have to stream for the PC. Um,
Yes.
Unfortunately, that's just the way that it works. You don't have that type of capability from the PlayStation. So I just went into the capture card. I didn't. You can stream from the PlayStation. Again, it depends on your budget. But for me, I
Right.
wanted to do it right from jump.
Yeah, I just like to know people's mindset sometimes. Because I know, or I have met some people that say, yeah, I want to stream and all, but I don't have a
Mhm.
capture card, I don't have a PC and things like that. And I'm like, that shouldn't prevent you from streaming,
Right.
but I get it. I do. Um, so with um, so now we've hit the live button. We got
Hmm.
like, we got a few streams in and things like that.
Right.
Um, would you consider yourself a variety streamer, or just
I would.
a
I
main game streamer?
For me, I kind of stream anything. So I've been branching out as of late into different avenues
Mm-hmm.
on my stream. Now, primarily I do stream 2K, but you've been on. I do a podcast on
Yep.
Wednesdays. I've streamed podcasts with other people. I've been doing these character streams and hosting
Oh my
as a stream
god.
team leader for um, GCL during their playoffs and their league, as a commentator. It just really depends on what my passion is at the time and what I got going on. But yeah, for me, it's my channel isn't going to be one thing going forward. Or
Mm-hmm.
I knew it wasn't going to be one thing from the jump, because I like to like be kind of a jack of all trades. But primarily, if you catch me just streaming on a Monday or a Tuesday, you probably see me on having to do something with 2K.
Gotcha. Uh, and your commentator work is funny. I will say that the commentator work is dope. Um, I think I don't know what you do for a living, right? But when I see you stream, no
Hmm.
matter what you're doing, your commentary work, your podcast, or just playing uh 2K in general, I get the sense or I get the feel that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
I appreciate you.
Like
Um,
it's such a comfortability thing that I see, and you have fun with it.
I mean, you got to. If you want to, if and I've learned this especially since kind of going into my journey with my growth as a content creator. If you don't laugh through a lot of this and be yourself, you can tell the community or this community that you are building can tell that. They can tell when you're not genuine and unauthentic. And so if you're gonna, especially if you're gonna open yourself up to being a content creator and the scrutiny that comes with that, you got to be able to laugh at those moments, joke, and turn it into an entertaining um, situation. Because if not, your mental could really be affected by that. So, um, trust me, that a lot of that is just trying to be funny and be me.
Man, the mental part is just that's a section like by itself. And we definitely
Right.
gonna get into that. Because I'm definitely gonna switch gears on you later
Mm-hmm.
on. But you know, we're
No
gonna, we're
worries.
gonna keep having fun. But now, I so when you come across um when you have ideas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because one thing I give you is uh originality, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um so with that, when you have, I don't know, when you have an idea that you throw out there, and I'm really speaking to the ones that don't hit,
Mm-hmm.
how important is it to keep the mindset to continue to move forward, or to continue to push forward, and don't let like one or two bad ideas like stop you.
I mean, streaming is a journey, so not everything is gonna be for the same audience, right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, when once the one thing that I told myself when I got into content creation and streaming was that um I would again I wouldn't stick to I didn't want to just hit one audience. I didn't want to hit just a specific audience. I want to have a hand in every type of audience. So sometimes, and I've learned this from just the last couple months that I've been switching up the type of content that I put out on my other platforms, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's doing the things that I love. And even if the world does not see it in that moment, a lot of that times it could just be that your audience hasn't updated to the level that you're at that moment, right? And that shouldn't stop you from doing those things. Anytime that I felt like content creation was going to be a job or I have to do a certain type of videos to hit views, it's probably going to be the time that I'm going to stop content creating in the at all, as a whole. Because for
Mm.
me, I would rather it be a thing that just allows me to express myself creatively than it to become I have to get this a certain type of video out because I know this is gonna get me views or money or anything like that. I just happen to be in a position where I have a job that I love that allows me to kind of go and float in between both so I don't have to worry about an income type of thing from it. But it's again, I want to be creative. Creating content is for me to express myself mentally, physically, it and have that medium be shared with the world. And so it doesn't bother me if it doesn't hit because I know that I was myself in that content.
For the listeners out there, I know she said a lot, but please make sure you catch that jewel. She just dropped a jewel on us. And that was when she said when it becomes a job to where she has to create a certain video to get views, and that strips a person of their creativity and their originality. And a lot of people lose themselves in that. And that's very, very important to stay true to you. Oh my God, that was amazing. All right,
Look, I'm just trying to be real, man.
so and that's the I guess the beauty of Boom, because the the greatness is just, like a great comedian. They don't they don't like go up there with like a bunch of written like jokes. The great ones, they just get up there and they talk. They're just being real. They come from life experiences and things like that. And the great ones, it's like they just up there talking. It's not like a rehearsed thing that they do. And that's what we get when we watch Boom stream. And when I talk about funny, funny man, listen. So let's get into some of these characters. So she did a subathon, right? And every stream or every other stream, she was a different character, and she dressed. Listen, she was 100%. She went and got the costume, and I'm talking like the hair, the facial hair, everything. My favorite had to be the Pulp Fiction. When I
uh,
tell you, I laughed for like 2 days.
oh my! Did you see the one from yesterday?
Yes. Yes, yes. Listen,
Yeah.
I listen. When I saw that, I was just like, she wins. It's over. Like what? Uh no one's going to top this. Like she's number 1, a strong 1A. Just a quick shout out. Shout out to my sis Lady Blue Flames. That was my guest on my last episode, and she is a very shy person, and she hit a goal on her stream, and she dressed up like Wonder Woman, and
That's
it
dope.
took a lot for her to do that on stream. So I definitely give her 1A, but Boom got that top spot, because man, I mean, every day, like, understand how you have to get up the energy to do that every day, like, to be, those characters. Like, she really like embodied them characters and stuff.
It's
So
fun though.
so please talk about how fun that was, and I
I
want to know your favorite of all of
it
them also.
So it's actually just funny to me. So I wanted to again. I'm not the type of person that wants to do like these crazy challenges that are gonna hurt my body. Now I did during one of those for the subathon,
Hmm.
but I wanted to get something that will get the people to want to come see like what in the world is going on with this subathon. Like what is she got? What is she doing? And
Hmm.
so, um, again, I wasn't gonna stream all day. I didn't want to do anything that was gonna harm me physically. So I was
Hmm.
like, oh, okay, I can create these and play as these characters. I don't mind laughing at myself. I don't have to be prim proper, pretty all the time coming into those streams because then that doesn't show like who you are. So I was like, well, I can create a couple of characters, and I kind of went down a list of what I could do. And I was like, and I already do that with like some of the content that I put out in terms of Law and 2K and something that I got really special that's coming on, which X set, which we'll talk about a little later. But yeah, I just wanted to have fun. So I did Bob Boomy Ross, which is a parody of Bob Ross.
Hmm.
Um
That
I
was a good
did
one.
yeah, and again, I take inspiration from people like Borat or like Jamie Foxx
Yeah.
or what's his name, Weird Al Yankovic that just was, doing
Man.
like different parody songs and stuff like that. Like that's funny to me, right? So yeah, I did Bob Boomy Ross, which is Bob Ross. I did Jules Boonfield, which is the Pulp Fiction from Jules
Hmm.
Whitsfield. Um, also did who else did I do? I did Bob Boom Adler, which is okay, so if you don't live in Texas, you don't know, but there's this guy named Jen Adler. He's a lawyer. He's like
Hmm.
one of those ambulance chaser lawyers. And he was like, the Texas Hammer. His name is the Texas Hammer, right? So when I did an
Gotcha.
episode of Law and 2K, I brought that character to life. Because Boom Aller was in it. He was a lawyer for one of the defendants, and so um, yeah, I did that one, which is a country lawyer, country accent. Was out here just doing everything that he needed to do. Just real cool and sly like. And then yesterday, oh, I did do also Boomy Gordon, which was
Definitely
by
did Booming Gordon.
Boom Gordon, which is off parody of Jim Gordon from the Batman series, the cop.
Mm-hmm.
And then yesterday I did Don Boomy,
Don
which is
Boomy.
Don Boomy, which is obviously one of the famous promoters from uh boxing. So
Yes.
again, it's just to have fun, to switch things up, to kind of get people to want to tune into every single stream. I don't do character streams all the time, but when I do, I
Right.
try to do it all the way so that people kind of never know what to expect when they tune into a Boom stream.
Man, listen, it's one of those things for me where in streaming you find where you go to people's stream and they don't have everything. So what I mean by that is like they'll have like a fire setup and then they don't have they don't have personality, or they're like super great at the game, and like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's very rare where you find someone that has everything, and you do, and with that though, you know how to maneuver and use everything. So some people that do have it, they don't really know how to really use all of their tools, and you use all of it, like
Appreciate
all
you.
of it. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. If y'all never seen a Boom stream, you have to get in there, right? And you have to get in there, and you have to hit. It's that laugh when she gets to laughing, and I'm talking like not just a little chuckle like you just heard. No, not that. I'm talking that from the belly laugh when somebody, because people telling jokes all the time, and a lot of them don't even land. But when one does, man, that laugh is, I'm talking, man, listen, she gets so high sometimes, and it's, man, if you
Look,
didn't
this
find it funny, just listening to the laugh is gonna have you cracking up. Me and my daughter, I was holding my daughter one day. I was playing the game and your stream was on, and I don't remember what happened, but you started laughing, and I'm talking about leaning back in the chair, like it was like one of them laughs. Man, my daughter was cracking up because you were laughing. She had no idea what was going on, but she was laughing so hard because you were laughing. Man, that shit right there had me weak.
I'm glad she liked it. Look, you got to. It's like it's you. It should feel like you sitting in the office with me, and we all watching us play the game, like kind of like that couch co-op. So
Mm-hmm.
you gonna get roasting sessions. You gonna get me roasting my teammates. You gonna get my teammates roasting me, especially about my forehead. But you know, it should be fun and lighthearted and have that type of vibe that you can come in and regardless of what we're playing or what we're doing, we can have those moments to laugh at ourselves.
Okay. So one of the things I really wanted to speak to is I feel like you are I feel like you're a great like leader or teacher of things, and
Mm-hmm.
um being a woman
Mm-hmm.
in gaming, we talk about this a lot here. I just want to know, when the negativity comes, um A, how do you handle it, and B, what can you say that could probably help another or up and coming female gamer, female streamer, uh, in like what to do when those situations arise?
I mean, for me, when the negativity comes, first of all, it depends on the day. A lot of the times, I
Yeah.
try not to entertain it,
Hmm.
just because I'm trying to speak positivity into the world, and the more that you entertain negativity, the more that it'll find you. So most of the time, I try to let it go, or my mods do a great job of timing people out, banning people. They don't play no games, right?
Right.
But you get that one day where
Yeah.
you went to my chat and I got time. Like, and
Yes.
you'll get a roasting session right after that. Because again, everybody nobody's perfect. So everybody's gonna have those moments where they may come out of character. I just try to keep in mind that um they just people are just thumb thugs on the internet. They're gonna say what they want to say.
Hmm.
And it's not so much what you are called as what you're or is what you answer to.
Yeah.
So for me, when I was speaking to a couple of streamers that are females that recently got a logo and was open up to that hate. And
Yeah.
the one of the things that I did, because I wasn't prepared when I got my logo, how much hate that would come along with it.
Hmm.
One of the things that I've done to protect my mental is one, turn my messages off. So now you have to be a friend of mine in order to send me messages. Um, and then a lot of times, a lot of people are just hurt and they don't know how to express that. And it ends up coming out as negativity. So I, I blow it off, tell them forget it. They just want to be in that position that you're in, but
Yes.
you want to be the change that you want to see in the community. So I want to have more positive moments than negative moments. And I'm a work in progress because I'm from the South Side of Chicago. I will clap back sometimes,
Hmm.
but for the most part, I just try to keep it positive, keep it pushing, and try not to feed into it too much.
Yeah, and I've seen both booms. I guess that's why it's boom boom, because it's like one boom is like, this other person, and this other boom is like, you don't want you don't want to mess with that. So because I know for a fact, I've never seen a person, I've never seen like a sporting event or gaming like tournament, or just watching someone play a game, and I can remember never wanting a person to win more than when you played, I believe it was the Coinbase tournament.
Yeah, you talk about when the dudes try to get us. Yeah, yeah.
Uh was it the we're
It was
talking about the
Coinbase.
lineup. We're talking about
Yeah,
yes.
that was
So
Coinbase.
right after the incident, I think y'all lost one game right after.
Mhm.
And um I remember saying like, okay, that game, you lost that game because of the emotion, like, because it was fresh, like you couldn't really believe that he's really going there and that kind of thing. But man, after that, I swear, I'm like, man, look, I don't care if y'all don't win any more games, any more series, y'all gotta win this game, because we gotta get rid of them, because that was toxic as fuck. And I really really hated that they went that route. And I'm telling you, you could ask anybody that like around me. Like, I was in a party, I think I was playing rec at the time, I was in a party playing rec, and I was so hyped. Shout out to Queen 6. I know she was running with me that day, and we were so hyped when you came back and won. And I was like, "That's how you clap back." Because what I was, man,
I was upset. I don't
yeah,
see. Here's the
I
thing about me.
I
I don't. I'm a
know.
very competitive person, and I don't take kindly to when people, especially in the same space, do unsportsmanlike things.
Yes.
And in that situation, um, the opponents were being unsportsmanlike. And one thing about me is if you give me a reason to motivate myself to play the game, it's over for you.
Yes.
Because that's the one thing you don't want to do. If you want, don't pay attention to me. Don't say my name. Don't do anything. But if you say my name or you try to do something to get me in a better, worse position, I am going to lock in and to play and do as much as I can to make sure that we come out with the victory. And in that moment, I did. And in that moment, right after, I had my little rant and had to let that release out.
Man.
And then, if you remember, right after that, I was like, "This is what you need to do in order to get to this next position if you want to continue." Like, I
Yeah.
still go back and help. You know.
You definitely do. And that's why so that's something you should write that down. The beauty of Boom. Cause that shit is a lot of things that people see, um they need to realize that it's you. It's not like an act or anything. That's just how you are, and it's the beauty of like knowing you, being able to befriend you, and that kind of thing. Uh, but I'm glad I got you in my corner, cause I
Appreciate you.
rather I rather you be riding with me than against me, because I just I just don't want them. I don't want them problems, and
I
I don't
mean,
think
not a lot of people do.
I don't think a lot of people do. I definitely don't. Um, so I do want to switch gears for a bit. Um, you you had a chance to go on vacation
hmm
and take a break from everything, and that was before your subathon, right?
Yeah.
This is just the vacation, not the like the funeral and stuff.
hmm
Uh, is there a way that you could speak to the importance of uh breaks, mental breaks, and like not letting life stop you, because life can come at you sometimes fast, uh and if you're not prepared, it could really mess you up. uh so if you could just speak to the importance of uh breaks, going outside, vacations, um real interactions like meeting up with friends, family, things like that.
There has to be a balance. And I feel like people who are streamers a lot of times don't tell you that. You'll see a lot of people do subathons and things that are not healthy for them.
Hmm.
And for me, it wasn't that I was doing any of those things. I just had a lot of IRL stuff that was going on.
Right.
And so for me, when it kind of at the height of like one of my major accomplishments, I got a logo, and then like a month after, a lot of life stuff just happened, and I just needed a break to get my mental right because it's okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to stay not okay. Um, and so I already had a trip planned up to go to Jamaica. I always go somewhere in November out of the country. And I use that time to kind of just disconnect from content creation, disconnect from streaming, any of that. Because at first I was gonna do like an IRL stream in Jamaica and all of that, but then everything that happened before that, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take a break. And I took a like I want to say 2 weeks off. But that
Yeah.
was just for me to reset, recenter, and be able to make sure that emotionally I was good, mentally I was good, physically I was good, so that I could come and give my everything to stream. Um, And so it's important. You can't just keep going and try to fill someone else's tank when your tank is empty. So, um, yeah, you gotta take care of yourself and be and do things that are healthy for you.
Um, because and that's why specifically I made sure I worded it that way because I trust me, I know
Hmm.
everyone is not in position to, you know, go to Jamaica or whatever, but like it's important to at least go outside and have
Hmm.
real interactions with
Right.
people. Because I know, you know, a lot of people are single.
Hmm.
They don't have significant others and things like that that they could have like real interactions with. Everything is online, social media, FaceTime, you know, things like that. Um,
And it's important too to remember that a lot of that stuff isn't all the way real. Like, yeah, you can
right.
form relationships online, but like as somebody who is single and that lives alone, it could get to a point, especially if I'm not balanced in that in life,
Hmm.
it could get to a point where I'm like, oh, look, staking more value in this than what it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? So,
Gotcha.
I try to again keep balance even at home. So when I go out, or there's days that I weekends that I'll take like, hey, I'm gonna take this weekend. I'm gonna actually stream, or this weekend I'm actually not gonna stream and I'm gonna go out with my friends or have, go visit my sister or go to a picnic. Something that is just
Right.
different than only streaming and only um content creation, because again that becomes a burden, that becomes draining, and when it's no longer fun for you, then it reflects in your content, it reflects in that, and the people can see that. So um yeah,
They
you got
definitely could
to
see that.
unplug for a while sometimes.
And I try my best to um I stream because I'm in I'm in the business of people. Um that's why 9 times out of 10 when I stream I'm always listening to like R&B music and things no matter what I'm playing because my music don't dictate how I play or now I will say listening to like the vibes of R&B music and things like that, it keeps me from like getting like upset and like raging
Hmm.
because it's it's impossible. I don't care what you say. It's impossible to rage with Anita Baker Angel in the background. You just it's not you can't
You
do
can,
it.
man.
I tried and you can't do it. You can't. Um shout out to Auntie. Uh
Yeah, for sure.
but I'm speaking of music, that was a perfect segue
Hmm.
to so we've talked about streaming boom, we've talked about uh mental break boom. Now we getting into podcast boom. So what made you want to start just a podcast? Like not, you know, the one you have in general, but like what made you
Mhm.
say I think I want to get into this market?
I like to talk, and I like podcasts myself, like watching
Mm-hmm.
podcasts. And so for me, um, whenever you have like a group of people that's on the same wavelength as you, or you have those late nights in the party chat where y'all talking just nonsense,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes those situations and those sessions need to be recorded. People need to see some of the stuff that y'all got going on, and this can help people out or have people feel, give some people entertainment for the times that they're sitting there or in their working or lurking or anything like that. So
Yeah.
um for me it's just another way to express myself and my creativity. I'm not here looking for um other to do anything other than just have another outlet for myself, to express my creativity, to express another love of mine, which is music. I play 6 instruments. I love listening to R&B music. I love just looking for those off beats in music. It's a passion of mine. So if I get to share that passion with the world, it's only gonna make it better. You know.
Favorite artist all time?
TLC.
TLC.
TLC, and really, it's because I grew up on them.
Gotcha.
The first song I've ever known by heart was TLC, No Scrubs.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so it's music was always part of my life. Like I said, I play 6 instruments. I played the trumpet since I was in 2nd grade. You know, so it's always been a part of my life. So anytime I get to express my love for music and talk with it with other people who love music, it's a blessing.
So, people that's big into music that I come across, I always like to know what. Okay, so you TLC is your favorite artist. You grew up on them. What made you want to go back and experience music before TLC?
So my mom's a boomer. Like, fun fact. My
Okay.
mom's a boomer. So when we were in the car and we traveled a lot on
Gotcha.
road trips, she had us listening, or Saturday morning waking up to go clean the house, right? You had Auntie Anita, you had Sam Cooke, which is her favorite artist, you had
Mm-hmm.
Luther on, Whitney, just a lot of old school dusties. I grew up in Chicago. We got V103 that played a lot of the old school music, and that was on constant rotation in our household, in our family. And so as a kid, I hated it.
Really?
I did, because there was some song obviously that you like, but for the most part, as a kid, you want to hear B96 or Power 92 with all the hip hop and R&B, like new age stuff. But now, as an adult, like I didn't appreciate it. I didn't appreciate knowing what real music sounded like, and
that's it.
Now I have such, like, you'll hear me listening to Shaka Khan. You'll hear me taking days to just listen to old school Anita albums, or again Queen Whitney, things like that. Like I love old music. It moves you in a way, and it can change your mood, and yeah, you just have to expand your horizon, especially with the lack of authenticity in a lot of the music today.
Mm-hmm.
You need those moments to be able to recenter yourself, and that's what old school music does for me.
So, funny story. My name is DJ. It's not my government name, but that's what I go by, and that's my name because of my parents. So my parents used to have people over, they used to play cards, dominoes, things like that. And I was in control of the music for these, I guess, events. And they used to come over, they used to tip me, they used to make requests, stuff like that, right? And before long, they would come over, and one of the first things they would ask is, "Where my DJ at? Where my DJ at? We need him on the music and stuff like that." So when my parents passed away, you might not know this, but my mom and dad passed away 5 months apart. And when they passed away, I was like, what better way to honor them than to that, because that was my name. That's what people would just call me that from then on. So I was like, so that's my name now. When anybody asks my name is DJ, and that's in honor of them. That's where I got a lot of my old school music, like, knowledge, because of course I heard my mom and them play it, but when I was in control of it, it was a different feel, because I had to like keep the I had to like keep the party going kind of thing.
Right.
And so I knew that if I played this, I'm like, okay, bet I gotta play this and then play that and then things like that. And when I got a feel for it, I started listening to it by myself to where I was getting I had a friend in school that had a computer and things like that where I could go. I think LimeWire was a thing back in the day and things like that. So I was
Right.
able to go and make like mix CDs and stuff at his house, and
Right.
then put those. I was able to put those on after a while, and then it would just be jams back to back to back. And you've been in my stream like that. The playlist, my R&B playlist that I feel like I got the best one, but it has almost 800 songs on it. I think
Right.
it's over 800. But I do add some of the new stuff, but I have a bunch of old stuff on there, and it's so relevant to me to play those old jams because of how much, like you said, like it's so sampled that, man, it's people to this day still don't know that the Big Papa song was the Isley Brothers first and all that. Like, it's
Yeah.
listen, it's people that hear that beat right now and will instantly go to the Notorious B.I.G. and
Right.
don't know nothing. That hurts.
Yeah,
That hurts.
that's people that just. I mean, if you don't dive into music, you don't know where a lot of these samples come from. Because there's a lot of
Yes.
samples that come from music in the '90s and the '80s that came from music in the '60s, '70s, '50s. Like,
Right.
music is such a a vast galaxy of stuff
It's
of
such a cycle.
artistry, and you can turn, and it's so cool that you can take maybe a couple of beats in a song and turn that into a new hit. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
like, or take a verse from a song, reverse it or reflip it,
Yeah, or a
remix
line
it.
and
Yeah,
make it a
like,
song.
yeah, like it's so creative in that way, and it's interesting to see the way that other artists flip these songs and make it their own. And you have to love it as a music head. You
You
have to.
do. You do. I think what people uh in music, what people miss is um subtlety. And it'll change. As a creator of music, I've seen where beats are made and things like that, and they think it's finished, and then all of a sudden they hear like a sound, and then they add that sound, and it makes it so much better.
Yeah.
Um, that creativity is unmatched. I've seen um artists like painters and potters, and like I've seen this other stuff done, uh but music for some reason is unmatched as far as the creativity and the feel for it.
For sure.
Yeah, I listen, I've been to those shows where they uh like paint with music, like the big canvas, and you see them like dancing and stuff. I've been Those shows are dope
Right.
to see what the finished product comes out to be. Uh, and they're just letting the music move them, and then they create this crazy portrait. Uh, but just little things like that. Um, it's really interesting to see how people get into that kind of stuff. Uh, but me personally, I'm glad they do. I've always thought about something like that, but I just never been a artsy type of person. I'll go to a museum and things like that, but I don't know, me doing that. So I don't know. I
I
guess
got
that's kind of like the military too. Like I love my service people and all that, but it's just me.
It's not for everybody. I don't like to. I like to write for myself.
Yes.
I don't particularly care to perform for anybody else, but like it's an outlet for me to really just express myself. Maybe things that I wouldn't say to other people, but it's music is deeply personal a lot of the times, and so
Hmm.
it's up to the artist in that aspect that if they want to share that with someone else,
That's
and we
why.
have to respect that.
That's why I'm always gonna have respect for one Miss Mary J. Blige because she was the first person to me that made it cool to be a singer who couldn't sing. Very unpopular opinion because she was so relatable. Didn't even matter how she sounded. Didn't matter how she sounded.
I'm not disrespecting Mary in that way. All I said is she wasn't a better singer than Michael Jackson, and she don't sound
What?
that great live. But
What?
I love Mary. I love
I
her music.
love Mary. But that was something that was so great to me because I was like I heard like singers before Mary and things like that, and I was like, man, they could like really get to it. And then I saw her live, and I was like,
Well, that's
yeah,
your problem. She doesn't sound that great live.
and I
I
was
mean,
like,
for real.
yeah, I was like, she don't sound that great, huh? But
Love you, Auntie. But
I do, I love you, Mary. But yes, uh, so greatness. Um, oh, they gonna get me on that one.
yeah,
What up,
probably.
man? Listen, just take it for what it's worth, and and just move on. All right, so boom. You are again very original, very creative, and things like that. But you set some goals. About a year
Right.
ago. Was that a year ago or 2 years ago? I think it was a year ago.
That was the
Um,
beginning of this 2K.
gotcha. You set some goals,
Mm-hmm.
and if I'm not mistaken, you've hit like 70, 80% of them.
Kind of.
Kind of.
So
Okay.
kind of. I'm on my way. I'm at right now. I'm at 50%,
50.
but um, I'm on my way to getting another one of my goals completed. And yeah.
Okay. So I see that a while ago you joined uh Two
Mm-hmm.
organization, and more recently you joined Exit.
Mm-hmm.
For those of the listeners that's not familiar with the two, is there a way you could explain those two and your role in them?
Yeah. So, 2Co obviously is a gaming org for NBA 2K. They
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of people that have a lot of reach within the space and 3v3 stream. Again, I focus on content creation for them, and it's kind of a mutual beneficial relationship that we
Mm-hmm.
have. But again, just a competitive org with clan. I wouldn't say so much a clan as it is an org for
Gotcha.
2K. Xset, on the other hand, I am extremely happy to be a content creator for them, especially in the 2K space. They have a community team this year that's going to be competing in the NBA 2K League. We advanced to bracket play. And for them, I am a sub and a content creator. So I'm focusing a lot on the content creation space for our team, for XF, for 2K, and to be able to kind of bring some of the things that I highlight on the stream, and kind of the personality that I highlight there into the content for NBA 2K. So you're going to see a lot of cool stuff come out of XSET soon. that's gonna feature myself. Gonna see stuff from Chris and Iggy Mo. Shout out to them. Again, shout out to our team as well.
Okay.
Not elite shooter, Hurt and Neff. We got a great group of people together with Coach Big Face, and we have people like Lonnie and Dave that are really kind of honing our talents to be able to spread our reach. And I'm super glad that I'm able to rep the set with them.
Rep the set. Yeah, I saw I believe it was like a jersey or something.
Yes, sir. It's
Yeah.
over here in my corner.
Yeah, that jersey was dope.
Yeah.
So shout out to Too Cold, shout out to Xset. Me personally, I would love to express gratitude and giving my friend a shot because she deserves it. She works really really hard. So this is the part where I get to talk my shit, right?
Okay.
Because my guest that I have on here, it's just for them to kind of tell their story, because the show is not about me, because I could just hit the button and just talk a bunch of shit, and that'd be that. But it's important for me because I'm in the business of people to promote people, because Twitch is a space, right? And now we do have Kick also, so shout out to all the Kick streamers as well. But I know Twitch was a covenant like space at one time where it wasn't cool to like self promote. It's better, a little better now, but I know for a fact that it wasn't, where you could go into someone's stream and say, hey, I think you dope, I'm dope too, I think you should follow me, things like that. We see a lot of like follow for follow stuff like that, but that's just, I feel like those are bots anyway. But it wasn't a safe space to promote yourself. So that was one of the main reasons I created this show, because I wanted a space for a streamer to come on, tell their story, and then, because it may be somebody listening that was interested in checking your stream out or just interacting with you, period. And then after hearing your views on things, your opinion, things like that, that they give you a shot and give you a follow or come to visit your stream and things like that. Because once you get there, then you'll be hooked. Like, it's just the same way I'm hooked. You'll be hooked. But it's a blessing for me. So one of the gifts that I have is the gift to read people. So being around them, just listening to them talk, how they talk, what they talk about, I get, I don't know, it's kind of like a scouting report. And so then when I have a chance to talk to these people one-on-one, they'll probably hit me with something like, you don't even know me. And my response is, yeah, I do. And then I can tell them about them. Some people are shocked when I do that. And some people, like, they just don't understand like how I know them so well with, I guess, minor interaction or minimum interaction. It's just, I don't know, it's just a gift that I have. So with Boom, noticing the beauty of Boom, I'm telling you need to write that down. Noticing the beauty of Boom early is was really crazy to me. And still to this day, I have never been on the court with Boom yet.
That is not my fault.
That
Yo,
is crazy.
that's not
I'm
my
not saying
fault,
it's your fault. I'm just saying that still to this day, I have not been on the court with Boom. I don't know why or what, but that I don't know. I think I don't want to sell her. That's what I think it is. I think if I get on the court with Boom, it's crazy. Like I score crazy as a shooter, and I think everybody have bad games, and I think when I get on the court with Boom, that's gonna be my bad game. I
You
feel
look. You know I'm not gonna clown you unless we lose. If we lose, then I might say something to you and then let it go. But for the most part, I'd be chilling. Most of the time, I go
yo.
in there with 4 people that know at least 3 to 4 people that know what they doing, and then we be straight. Like you
I
know,
just I just know how stuff works, and I just know that day is just nothing's gonna be right. Like I don't understand. The only thing I can hang my hat on defense. I'm a good defender. I do.
see, and I would rather you be a great defender than
Yeah.
a
So
I can
I
deal
could
with
play
if you
defense.
get back on defense. I can deal with you missing shots.
Yeah, I could play defense because that's the. I'm going to, even in my bad games, I'm going to affect the game in another way.
As you should.
So I'm that much of uh, a a baller or hooper to where I know if my shot's not falling, I can get to the basket. I could get assists. I could get I could play defense because they kind of did whatever the steals. So if you don't get a passing lane steal, it's like But
Right.
the game is the game, and it ain't no other basketball game, so we kind of stuck with it. So once we get a rival, we'll revisit the conversation. But as of right now, that's all we got. I would like to know: do you have any upcoming events?
Obviously we got GCO playoffs this weekend. It's gonna be on the GCO channel, and then my channel should be Saturday or Sunday.
Okay.
We got that coming up. Bracket play is coming up as well for the NBA 2K League with Etset. So we will be live watching that whatever day that's going to be. I think it's tomorrow.
Okay.
Bracket play against the NBA 2K League Pro. So we're going to be rooting on our team. We're going to be wearing our jersey, being a good teammate. You know what I'm saying? And then other than that, I have a couple of things that I don't know have been fully announced yet, so I probably can't say anything about it.
Gotcha.
But y'all just gotta stay tuned to my socials. That's where you'll see a lot of the content that I'll be putting out. That's gonna be fun to see. Again, I got a new character that's coming up. That's I think my actual favorite character that I've made so far.
Mm-hmm.
Think of this character in the same vein as like a Dragonfly Jones. If you know, you know.
Okay.
But yeah,
Silence.
Silent. You know what
All right. So about the characters, can people request characters?
Yeah, you can always request characters.
Okay.
Again, I'm always open to suggestions. Usually when I do character streams, it's for special events or subathons or something like that. Or if I just feel like one day I feel like being somebody else on stream. So always hit me up if you wanna see a certain character. Hit me in my DMs.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to keep it a free type of thing. I don't really want to force people to pay me for it. But
yeah, I got you.
It's a type of thing.
Also, when is there a schedule like for your streams? I know the podcast you catch that Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, Central, 8 p.m. Central time. Have we got a name yet?
We don't, man. And it's been, we actually behind because you know about the March Madness. We had a March Madness plan, so we got to get back into it because
Okay.
they had a 16 already. We got to get it together. But
So there. Pay attention to her Twitter. There's going to be polls going up soon
yes,
for names of her podcast and characters, future characters. So make sure I'm gonna make sure that all the links that to our socials and everything is in the description and everything. So for my listeners that's on Spotify and Apple Music, you guys can click the links and still get to her Twitter, Instagram, things like that. And speaking of IG, listen, she has a series that she started, Law and 2K. Listen,
yeah.
listen, the first episode of that shit, I was weak. I think the first one was with Ricky.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I feel like Ricky needs to be indicted again. I ain't gonna lie to you.
No.
Matter of fact, I did. Yo, he will be indicted again, Chad. You just wait, because
No.
he did something over the weekend, and I couldn't even believe. I couldn't even believe, bruh. You got
That's
tuned,
tough.
yo. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, man. The lady is working, man. The lady is working, and she works really, really hard, man. She works really hard. What you see on stream is that's her having fun. The real work happens like off stream, man. Just know the greatness that you see on stream, it comes with a price. And I know that she works really, really hard behind the scenes, and not just for herself. She's in the business of people as well. So there's people around her that she's helping with a bunch of stuff, and her work is like never done. And then on top of that, she has to live. So appreciate her, give her flowers, like, because it's not easy. She might make it look easy, but it's not easy. It's not easy at all. And for you haters out there, keep motivating.
Appreciate y'all for sure.
Keep motivating. So anything else you want to say to the people before we get up out of here?
Nope. Pressure makes diamonds. Continue to shine, to continue to sparkle, and all your dreams will come true. I appreciate you having me. It means a lot that you want to share me with your community, and
for sure.
keep doing what you're doing. I love the love that you show to women in gaming. It's very much needed. Shout out to some of my favorite streamers, Kiwi on the Sticks, Cleopatra Jones, Beloved Bree. There's a lot of us out here, so yeah.
And
Love
man, so before we get up out of here, man, y'all know the motto, man. Y'all got it super backwards if you think I wouldn't rep us. Because you know, rep us is super backwards. Be dope, grind, and believe, man. We out.